So what is a mummy? A mummy is essentially a term that's used to describe a religious practice that was around in BC. The Egyptians famously made mummies with their dead in order to prepare them for the next life. And so did the Chinese and various other ancient cultures. Essentially, a mummy is regarded as something dead. It can be anything, but it was especially regarded as a person wrapped up in rags, but it could also be a cat or a dog or any other sacred animal. And the dead body was often wrapped in rags in Jerusalem. They were just wiped down with some special balm, and then wrapped in rags. But in Egypt, it was they were wiped down with the tar, had their brains pulled out, had their guts pulled out, and then wrapped in rags and had them paint their faces painted with a face mask and put it inside a special sarcophagus. And other cultures did their own kinds of mummies too. But on the news today, I read that a couple in Tokyo or something, a man and wife and their handicapped child, were found as a mummy in their apartment. And apparently the mummy forms were sort of had underwear on, and that made the report kind of confusing because it's like, usually a mummy would be fully wrapped, and these people were apparently found dead but with only underwear on, so it was kind of confusing why they were regarded as mummies, and I didn't think it was a clear report, so I think I know there should have been some sort of explanation of what on earth the media was talking about or the news was talking about, because it didn't seem like there might have been mummy just living dead people. I don't know how they might have looked like, but they had underwear on, so it wouldn't regard it as looking like a mummy. Well, one theory is, there are many theories, but one theory is if they did look like mummies, they could have been portraying the mummies within, like they had bodies living on souls or spirits, and when the spirits die, they just show what they have underneath, like the hidden layer. And if they looked like mummies, they were sort of probably put on things that looked like living mummies before they were resurrected. But yeah, that's just one theory, but I didn't think the report was very clear.